Hello everyone, welcome to Jada's Arts Academy. My name is Mother Squats. Welcome to JavaScript. Have you started JavaScript or are you having a problem understanding how to go about it? Well, we are going to take you step by step and you will learn how JavaScript works. You're going to learn how to code using vanilla JavaScript. To start with, we are going to start with the topic variables. What is variable? Variable is like a shelf with a name. You can name it in a way that tells you what is stored. The variable value is anything. It could be letters or number. A variable has a name and a value. Now, here are some terms that are associated with variables. They are declaration and initialization. Declaration means declaring a variable to exist. Initialization means giving a variable its value for its first time, and that value can change later but is initialized only once. You initialize a variable using the equal sign. An example is this: a var name equals Mike. Since Mike happens to be made up of a collection of letters, it is a string. Now, strings are surrounded either by single quotes or double quote marks. Another example is this: the variable age equals 20. Now, since 20 is just a number, it doesn't go in quotes. Another term used when working with variable is assignment. Now, that means setting a variable value as many times as you like, more like initialization. You use the equal sign, but there is no need for var keyword since we've already declared the variable once. To understand this more, the following example is given: variable apple equals 5, pear equals 10. As you can see, the pear doesn't need a var keyword because we've already declared the variable. Now, this is a shorthand for declaring and initializing a variable. So by using the var keyword once and then separating the new variable with comma, you save yourself some work. Another thing to note is that variable names cannot contain spaces. An example is pieces of fruit. As you've noticed, the O and F are in upper cases. This naming convention is called camel casing. Like a camel's humpback, so the first word will start with a lower case, which is followed by another word that will begin with the first letter being an upper case. As a recap, we have learned that variable is like a shelf with a name. Declaration means declaring a variable to exist. Initialization means giving a variable its value for the first time, and you can initialize a variable using the equal sign. Assignment is a shorthand of declaring and initializing multiple variables at the same time. And please take note, it is a shorthand and not a shortcut. Strings are surrounded with quote marks while numbers don't go in quotes. And finally, we use the naming convention called camel casing to write the name of a variable. An example is given below. Now, you will see how we'll put what we've learned into practice. Follow along if you can and see how we put it all into action. Okay, so we're going to practice all we've learned, and I'm going to start by declaring a variable. So I'm going to declare variable my best friend. Now I've declared a variable, and now to initialize it, that is to give the variable its value for the first time, I'm going to make it to be string this time, and I'm going to write you. So my best friend, you. It comes out as undefined. I'm using the console on Google. You can also do that. Just click the inspect and move to the console. So now we've already declared and initialized a variable. Now we did so using the string. We use a string as a value. Now let me see something like var age. To give an age, maybe we can make it like 30 there. And like we said, since the number is not, they're not made up of letters, so it doesn't go in quotes. So let's say I want to write something like, I want to write something like friend. It comes out as you. And we talked about camel casing, a situation whereby the first letter starts with small, the other starts with big, uppercase, and the other uppercase. It's called camel casing. And we talked about assignments, when you assign variables, multiple variables at the same time, like boat equals 5. Then you use the comma, and we do not need to declare the variable twice, so we use the comma to separate the variables. Then we write something like car equals 6. Then please make sure to put a semicolon. Then when we ask for car, it tells us 6, and when we ask for something like boat, it shows 5. And so we've already created multiple variables at the same time, and this saves us some work. So you've seen how to assign and how the camel casing works. So in our next video, you'll see how to use the boolean, the equality sign, how to do that in JavaScript. So thank you very much for watching this video. You can practice along, and you can even use the console.log to check your work out if you're using to check your work out, like when I write something like my best friend, something like this, then I add it to show you. So you can use this console.log. It's used to show the end result in JavaScript. So thank you very much for watching this video. Like I said, we're going to do booleans, equality sign, the addition, how to go about it in JavaScript. But for now, keep practicing how to declare, how to initialize, and how to assign variables in JavaScript.